Dakota, just wanted to get your reaction to the news that Craig has been fired as Leafs coach.
Yeah, I mean, just heard when I got off the ice. They're not exciting days as players. When these things have happened, and I've been through it before, it's because something's gone wrong, and it's never solely on a coach or a manager or any one player, but certainly the results weren't what we wanted. So these aren't fun. It sucks.
When you were with the Leafs, what stood out about Craig? What was it like to work with him?
I enjoyed working with him a lot. He's a hard coach. He's a very direct coach. The expectation is very clear. As obviously as a depth guy myself, being able to communicate and have a very clear understanding of what's expected, I thought was great. I was never, and that goes down the entire staff too. I never felt like I was in the dark in any situations. I have nothing but great things to say about Chief and my time there working with him and his staff. So obviously, he'll pick up obviously somewhere. But I'm obviously grateful for the time I spent. And again, it's kind of a reflection on kind of obviously the results as a whole, not necessarily one specific area.
I know you have this playoff series coming up, but what's a sense of anticipation among guys who were with the Leafs last year about what next year in the summer will bring and who's going to come in as coach? Is there a lot of wondering, I guess, who fits in where, what kind of guy they're going to get?
Yeah, maybe. I think mostly it's just focused on now. Like our season is still going very much in full swing, so our staff's all the same. Everything here carries on as normal. So I think that's kind of a thought process for another day. You're focused on our upcoming matchups with Cleveland, and but again, if your process and your work ethic, and if you believe all of that is right, the rest of it takes care of itself. Like as an older guy, again, I've been through it. Whether it's coaches getting fired mid-season, off-season. If what you do is right and your work is right and your process is right, the rest of it's out of your hands and it plays out. So I think the focus for our group, whether you're a young guy, an older guy, expiring contract, you got more term, is just focus on what we're doing here and continuing it on.
How well do you know John Chayka?
I had him early in my career for 2 or 3 years. I haven't obviously spoken to him since then. I haven't spoken to him since he's been hired here. But yeah, familiar with him as my GM when I was with Arizona.
Does that give you a little more comfort when it obviously there's a lot of uncertainty when a new manager comes in, but you have a relationship at least somewhat with him? Does that give you any sense of comfort at a moment like this?
And again, I to be completely honest, I've been so focused on what we're doing here that we haven't dove into what the future looks like. But it's always good when you're familiar, whether it's coaches, staff, management, whatever it is. It's always a great thing when you're familiar and you have a relationship. You're not meeting someone for the first time. It's you've seen them before, you've talked with them before. Again, for me in a depth role, like I've been up in the AHL or up in the NHL, down in the AHL with him as my GM. So yeah, it's always comforting when when someone's familiar. But again, it's been a long time, and people always grow, things always shift, and I'm sure he's grown as a manager since then. I've certainly grown as a player since then, and so you always got to kind of take that in the back of your mind that it's just another step forward still.
At the end of the Laval series, there was some video there. Somebody threw a beer on the ice and you drank it. Just wondered if you could take us through that moment. It's kind of funny and puts a little exclamation point on the series.
Yeah, that's been a popular question. You know what? It was just kind of something that happened. Obviously, that was a very emotional series, and in a lot of ways, a lot of bad blood there, and things start coming over the glass at the end of the game, and one lands at your feet, and so I think I just did what anyone would do. Just again, I think I said the other day, it was just cheers on a good series.
Okay, was it half full? Totally full?
Yeah, they could have been a little more generous, I think.